I first got to know Brandon when I was his fourth grade teacher, so we spent a lot of time together, and at that point he had moved in with his grandpa, Russ, at Nyona Lake, and that was a good move for him and for his family, you know, as his mom and dad had gone through some tough times, and Grandpa kind of took him in, and it was a great lifestyle change for Brandon. So he had to overcome a lot of obstacles in his life to become a better, you know, athlete, you know, be comfortable with himself, and as he got older. But, you know, the one thing to his credit he never stopped doing was making himself better.
I've known Brandon since maybe second, third grade. We were put into each other's classes, and there was just a spark, and it was a great friendship. It's still going.
I think of myself as a competitor. I hate to lose, but I also love just being with my friends all the time. It's something that without it, I don't know what I would do going home after school. The biggest thing for me is just team bonding. You're going to remember these guys for the rest of your life. You're creating memories that you're just always going to remember.
He'll excel basically any situation you put him into. He does well in academics. He really excels in sports and whatever position you put him in.
I can remember sitting on the front porch of the pavilion building that we have there.
And all of a sudden you just hear a couple cries of help, a lot of commotion, a lot of people just jumping in the water. And then we hear that, like, we can't find Brandon.
I could hear a lot of kids just yelling for Brandon. We knew we were in trouble. Brandon was in bad shape when we got him to the shoreline.
I was praying, hoping that he'd make it through, pray that this wouldn't be the end of Brandon.
He was actually able to start taking some breaths on his own at that point, so we stopped CPR. We knew he had a long way to go for recovery.
You know, the helicopter arrived and they lifelined him to Fort Wayne. I just remember a lot of prayers, embracing, and then trying to get home and get dried off and get with Brandon at the hospital. You know, after he was released from the hospital, that was his first mission, is when does my rehab start, where does it start, and how quickly can I get back?
What's completely ironic is he pulled through and he was himself, and I think he actually got better. I think he's faster.
He spent a lot of time in rehab, working with fine motor skills, making sure everything was getting back, being trained back the way it was. It was amazing because he didn't miss a beat in the classroom. He started the school year on time.
I very much so look at life differently. Before, I would say the biggest change for me is I've grown closer to the Lord. That whole experience for me just opened my eyes to a different side of life that I never experienced before.
Brandon doesn't realize what that event did to him usually, you know, typically, but it made an impact on each and every one of us in a certain way. And, you know, I'll always be thankful for Brandon because of that lesson that I learned through his experience.
My future for me holds going to IUK. Right now I'm thinking of majoring in accounting and minoring in business management, and hopefully we'll take it from there. And my fallback plan is becoming a teacher and actually coaching kids and helping kids out in the future.